Guys, I'm down in the office for something very exciting today. In today's video, we're beginning our challenge to see how many things we can possibly list, as much as humanly possible, on eBay in one day. I'm kind of trying to beat my own record here. I'm not sure how it will go, but in order to do it, we're not going to be able to obviously do everything, like, a full process. This might come in a future video, but for example, sourcing out the items, testing out the items, cleaning all the items, and then listing them all. Obviously, we're not going to have a huge figure because we had to do all that other stuff in prep. So I decided for this time, instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to prepare everything before, unlike what I've done in the past. And I think if we're, able to test and clean a bunch of items, get them all photographed and ready to go, then when the day comes, we can actually try to list as many items as possible. And I'm thinking we might be able to do at least a few hundred items. I don't know, we'll see. But today's the goal is just sort of going to be to try to get all those things listed, or not listed, tested, and cleaned, and maybe even photographed. I'm just going to start pulling things off the shelves. The main reason why I'm doing this is because I have a little bit of a backlog of inventory right now. I've got so much stuff on the receiving shelf. We'll go take a look here in just a second. But the goal would be to get all of that stuff out of here as soon as possible. And I kind of want to come back to the time where I was maybe having, 100, 200 games top on the receiving shelf ready to be listed. And right now, we're not at that point. We have so much stuff that's just been piling up here, mainly because it's the summer. Also, we've been dealing with a bunch of other stuff, but I think it's time just to go through it all and get it listed. So today's the day, I'll take you guys for a little walk, and we're gonna go through there, pull a bunch of stuff off, and see how much stuff we can get tested and cleaned today. Then obviously we're gonna do a huge listing day coming up here in another video. And obviously this will probably lead to quite a few sales and quite a few, high numbers of sales days. If we actually go through and get as much stuff as I have over there, we could probably almost double the amount of inventory listed on our store. This is also kind of the final push to the 1,000 items listed on the video game store. So it's going to kind of complete a bunch of tasks. I'm really excited about it. Real quick though, before we get started, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that, and also leave a like on the video if you enjoy it and want to see more like this. Let's get into it. Okay, so everybody's seen this shelf probably a million times now with all the stuff here, but there are a few items here that I want to take care of. This box here has a few games in it. That's all from EB Games, so we're going to try to do all that stuff. These are all books. I think that one is, and that one, or is that? That's not even, there's nothing in there. That's just empty. Okay, good. I was like, where'd that come from? One of these is books. The rest of them are toys, games, and there's some video games. I think that one's full of the brim of video games. That one is like half full with video games, and that one's all books, if I get that right. Or maybe it's wrong. I don't know. But something like that. So we'll be going through some of this stuff. But my main goal is actually to slide out of this room and head into this room where we're going to find that we have quite a few more boxes. So this one right here, I believe is full of the brim of video games. Unless we already dealt with that one. No, it does feel heavy. So I think there's some stuff in there. Those two down there are packed with video games. So we're going to have fun doing those. I have no idea what's in here. Is this an eBay box? Yeah, I have no clue. I couldn't tell you what's in there. So this is the other thing. There's a lot of, different packages here and things that I couldn't even tell you what's in them. So that's that. I don't know what's in here. That's empty. Another empty box. I got to start throwing these things out. This is totally deceiving. But we've got, I think that's from eBay. That might be boxes back there. I have no idea. But then this is definitely a lot. That's all loose games in there. A huge pile of them. More games up there. And this is a huge box of games right here. Okay, so you're probably thinking like, not too bad, right? We've just got a few boxes to deal with. That's not it. We also have this box right there, which I believe is full of games. In addition to that, we have this huge inventory tub, which is also full of games. These are all the rejects or things I just didn't feel like dealing with in the past. So, it is stuff that we had to deal with eventually, so we might touch some of that stuff today, but I'll be surprised if we do. But there's more games there. Coming into my other room, ignore the mess behind here, but we have a ton of games all in here, so we've got plenty of stacks here to deal with as well. And then finally over here we have a bunch of games that if we get there we can JFJ, refurb, and get listed as well. Plenty of discs. There's also some other stuff hidden around the office too, so I think we're gonna have a lot of fun here. Oh, and this one's really pushing it, but we also have a ton of PS1 stuff ready to go over on this shelf as well. So honestly, there's just way too much stuff. We're not even gonna get through it all, but we're gonna try. You guys will remember a few weeks ago, or I guess a month or two ago now, I'm not even sure when, but when we installed this new area, and this is sort of what was holding me back in the past from, listing more stuff. I had to figure out the inventory system. I've got that done now. We had to figure out storage because we were all out of space. We've got that sorted out now too with all of these new shelves. So that's all solved. Then we, for a short time there had to figure out inventory and getting stuff. We've got that solved. We've got plenty of stuff now. And I mean, there's no other excuses really. The shipping system has been recently streamlined with the new labels that I'm printing. We've got a very efficient system for photographing and testing. So there's no excuse now. There's nothing that should be able to slow us down now. I'm sure we'll still run into some hurdles, but for the most part here, we should be looking at a very quick process between getting these items from, when they come in out of the box, getting them cleaned and getting them listed on eBay. So ultimately, I'm super excited about this. We're going to start with the items I showed you guys on the black table in the other room because I want to get those off the table, and I think we'll start with those here. We'll see how much we get done today. I might even do 2 days worth of testing. I'm not sure. But we'll see what we get done. Okay, so I got the first pile of stuff that we're going to be dealing with here. Again, we're just going to be creating a massive pile of things here on the table, going through and testing them all. But we're going to start off with this stuff. This was a recent lot that I picked up, and to be honest with you guys, I have no idea where the other stuff is from, but it's here, so we're going to go ahead and get it dealt with. Shouldn't be too bad, though. We're going to go ahead and probably JFJ a bunch of this stuff. I did pick up a few things. I think you guys probably saw these from some thrift stores at the top here. I think quite a few of these were from, I think all of those were from Value Village. So we have some more valuable stuff in there as well. Overall, though, I think we're going to be able to just get through this stuff pretty quickly. I'm going to get started out right now. It's been about an hour now, guys, and we are making some progress, not quite as much as I was hoping for, but we got this pile and all that pile tested, working, and cleaned, which is not too bad. Still have this much to go from the stuff that I brought over. Plus, I did leave a couple games over there that still to get go through the JFJ. Unfortunately, the PS2 stuff, for the most part, was in really bad shape. So basically about half, if not more, had to go through the JFJ, which definitely held me up. But this Xbox stuff so far has been in really good shape. So I'm really pumped about that. All these ones, I think one of them was refurbished. The rest of them were all good. Actually, I see a sticker there that I still need to remove. I left a few stickers on. I'm probably gonna go through at the end and actually take them all off. I just don't like getting sticky while going through this stuff. But anyway, we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, we've got for the most part them cleaned off and ready to go. You'll see a couple here also that have like weird cases and stuff. I'm probably gonna sell a lot as loose. I already pulled 2 out of cases that I threw out. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, I'm going to take a little break now, then we're going to come back down and get the rest of this stuff all done. I determined that all of this stuff here I can do right now. These items over here, I'm going to have to wait till I have another console set up. So I'm just going to leave those off to the side, but we're going to get all this stuff done. Anyway, I might go ahead and do this stuff all off camera, and I'll catch up with you guys when I have all this stuff wrapped up, and I'll let you know how long it took me to do. So I'm back with another update, guys. We managed to get all of this stuff tested now and all cleaned up. Everything is ready to go. I went to the DS games earlier today with the 3DS over there. I got the rest of the Xbox games tested as well as I went through the PlayStation stuff. I actually have one more of the Star Wars games still going, but it looks like it's working, and some other various ones here. That case over there, the Forza 2 was empty. I think that was from earlier. This one wasn't pretty good. Actually, they weren't in great shape, the discs. I did refurbish those, but this one's gonna be a little bit in rough shape, but I think we'll still be able to get our 30 bucks for it, which is what those go for. Otherwise, though, these are all done. So I think it's time to move on to another box. But before we do that, we actually have a few sales, so I wanna go through those, get them packed up and dropped off, and then we'll come back and we will start working on another box of stuff. Again, the goal to be to list as much stuff as possible in one day. So I'm going to probably spend, now that I've done all this, probably more than 1 day prepping. So there might be 2 preparation videos, maybe one right now where we're going to go through all this stuff and maybe a little bit more. And then we might go through some more stuff in another video, take some photos in another video. I don't know. We're going to prep everything though, so we can do one big day of listing. Overall though, I'm super excited about this. Again, we're working through all of our back stock, and by the end of this, I'm hoping that we will have every single video game listed, with the exception of probably a few, but we're going to be close. So I'm very excited. I'm going to go ahead and pull those items right now. You know, looking at a stack like this too, I was going to mention that for some of you guys might be thinking, okay, look, that could be a lot of money. Okay, it looks like a lot of work maybe. Perhaps, you know, it looks like a lot of stuff to test and list on eBay. For me, when I look at a stack like this, the only thing that goes to my mind is I had to ship out every single one of these items at one point. and that's going to be a lot. But anyway, that's what I signed up for. I do enjoy it, and it won't take too long because we've got a fairly streamlined shipping process now as well. So I'm excited about this. I'm going to go ahead and get to work, though, on pulling those games. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and pulled all the orders. I will go through them here with you guys real quick, and we're going to go ahead and get these guys all sent out today. So the Getaway for PS2 sold. We've got Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. We've got Final Fantasy X2. We've got Fantastic Four. We've got The Biggest Loser. We've got Kingdom Hearts for the PlayStation 4, and then we've got a Wii Fit Plus copy going out. In addition to that, we have a Rogers remote right here, and that one's going out here from the combined store with AirVal. And then in addition to that, I wanted to mention that I picked up a couple new scales. I was at a liquidation place, and they had these. I think I paid like $5 for this one and like $2 for that one. So love going to liquidation places. I don't do it as much as I probably should, especially for reselling stuff. I always think I should be checking them out and seeing what I could, flip on eBay. But anyway, I need a new scale. My old one of these broke, and this one had a limit to how high it could go. So I bought another one of these in case I want to use it, because I like the analog features here. It is helpful. But I figured I'd try this one out. Again, I don't know anything about it, but for a couple dollars, I figured it might be worth a pickup. I don't know, but I will get to trying those out at one point here. But I'm just glad that I have at least a backup one there. Again, still only goes up to 11 pounds. So for some of those heavier consoles and things, I can't really weigh them. I'm not sure what this one goes up to. If it even says max 11 pounds. Okay, so never mind. It's the exact same. I probably should have checked that. So anyway, I think it'll still be beneficial. Hey, it's on right now, and it says it's already weighing things, but there's nothing on there. That's kind of weird. I think you had to zero it out. Yeah, there we go. So now it's zeroed out, and then you can go ahead and select your unit, which is for some reason on. Maybe I have to zero it out again. Let's see how this thing works. Yeah, there we go. So now it's zeroed out, and then you can just throw something on there and you get an accurate read on it. That's in pounds. I want it in grams actually, but there we go. 155, which seems like a lot. No, I guess that's right. Okay, anyway, there we go. And now with all these items packed up, I'm going to go ahead and drop them off a little bit later. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get started with another bin. And I think it's only appropriate to move on to this bin right here, as these are all from EB Games when we bought them out. Literally like, I don't know, 8 months ago. It was a long time ago, and these have been sitting here for far too long. I've been kind of dreading doing them, if we're being honest, because they're all kind of loose and weird. I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and do it here today. It's going to be a lot of work to get all these organized and cleaned and get all the stickers off them. But I think once we're done, we're going to have a lot of money here. So I'm very excited about this lot. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this lot down. We're going to go ahead and get started on working on this stuff. And for game measures, I'm going to bring over these extra games that are just sitting here that I think I must have got from Value Village one day. We'll throw those in and go. Okay, so as you guys saw, I took all of the stickers off of the remaining games that still have the stickers on them. And right now I'm in a bit of a dilemma because I'm trying to figure out if I should go through and test all these games. I'm going to assume right off the bat that EB Games does, but then at the same time, I'm like, do they? I don't know. So, I'm kind of trying to figure it out. I would definitely do a visual inspection on all of them, make sure the condition of them is good, and anything that's bad, of course, I would test. But I'm wondering for the ones that look perfect, I don't know. Should I be testing them or not? What would you guys have done in this situation? I think I am going to end up going through and testing them all and taking the time to do that, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I did some quick research online to figure out if I could see anything about if EB Games tests or used games and guarantees that they work, and I couldn't really find anything about that online. So for that case, I'm just going to go ahead here and really quickly test through all of them. For anything that's badly scratched, which I hope there won't be much of, I'll go ahead and put through the JFJ, but for that, it's just sort of the only thing I can do, especially if I want to write tested in the listings. I never want to be dishonest with the customer, so I'm just going to go ahead and test them. Okay, guys, so I just wrapped up testing the back two piles here of discs. They're split up into PS3 and Xbox 360, and I think I'm glad I did it. It didn't take too long, and obviously now we can say they're all tested, and I'm sure of it, which always gives me some comfort as well. So I did end up refurbishing about 2 or 3 of them there they weren't in terrible shape. They just, either had some smudges or things that weren't coming off, or had some bad scratches. Or with bad scratches, I mean just, a bunch of light scratches. I just figured I'd clean up. Nothing that was really too bad. Quite honestly, a while ago, I would have probably just listed them like that. But I figured I've got the JFJ here. I might as well try to, clean them up while we can, give the customer the best experience when opening them. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. So I went ahead and did those. Now we've got this pile to move on to, and the annoying thing about these is that they're all stapled shut. Oh, and there's stickers on the back that I hadn't even taken off yet. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take all those off and take these staples out. As you can see, I'm not sure, is there one in this one? Or is this just, oh no, it's just a sticker down actually, which is not that bad. Actually, I can peel that off really easily. So hopefully most of them are like that. And we're going to be selling them like this with the front covers, the manuals, and the games inside. And I think that's how we're going to do it. If there's a few that are more valuable, I'm going to put them in a case. Otherwise, we're just going to sell them like this. And that'll be that. Oh, also, these things super annoying to get off of the back of those. They're basically all ripped now like that. So anyway, that was the quickest way for me to do it. I tried cutting them. I tried peeling them off. They just brought everything up with them, which is fine. I'm not going to swap out these. I don't care that much. So that's going to be what it is. All right, guys, I'm super excited to say that we have now finished testing all of the games in front of you. The EB Games ones took much longer than I thought they would because I ended up going through and testing every single one of them. However, they did turn out well, except for like a few stickers that kind of came off. But again, you're not going to see these in the pictures, and you're not going to, you know, I don't think anybody's going to care when they arrive like that. So it's going to be fine. But anyway, we did go through, we got quite a few of them in cases here. These were the ones from the bags that I thought were worth it. We actually only got one of those Rocksmith. The other ones I picked up at Valley Village along with that Black Ops. These two Rocksmiths though, were in the bag, so you're able to get those in cases, and also the Biggest Loser because we just sold that one. So I figured why not put another one in case and add it to inventory. So that's that. But in addition to that, we've got all of the other games here as well as the PS1 stuff. We've got, you know, all these loose games now. And we've got a bunch of, you know, manual and front covers, but just no cases. So I'm not going to go ahead and add, I thought I saw a Rocksmith, but there's not one. I'm not going to go ahead and add any more cases because I don't think it's worth it for these lower end games. So I'm just going to sell them as it is. And I think we'll get some good money for them. But anyway, this is day one. I took a quick look through the receiving stuff, and I want to just quickly show you guys what we have left to deal with. So really quickly, we've got this bin right here, which is full of PlayStation 3 games. So that's going to be a fun one to deal with. We've also got this bin here, which has about maybe 20, 30 games in it, as well as a bunch of other stuff. This box right here has a bunch of games in it as well as this tub right here, and that's basically everything for this shelf. Coming over to this shelf right here, we have this box of games up here, which is totally full. We have a box of loose games right here. These are all just other various items, but down here at the bottom, we have 2 full boxes of games as well. But that kind of concludes everything that we had to go through. So again, I feel like we made some good progress today. There's plenty more to do in the next episode, but again, we're getting ready to try to list as much as possible in one day on eBay. I know it might not be the most efficient way to list things, and you know, you're supposed to spread things out and all this stuff, but you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I want to get as much stuff listed as possible, and I want to start buying some more inventory. So that's the plan here. Hopefully, I mean, I hope I won't be like super overwhelmed with sales after that, or just, you know, left with nothing to do. I know I won't be left with nothing to do. That's never the case, but I think it's going to be a lot. And I think I've got all the infrastructure in place now to ship all these items and to deal with all this stuff. So I'm ready for the volume. I think this is going to be the right play. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like. We're going to essentially be adding, you know, half, if not more, of our total store that's already listed up again. So we're going to be passing 1,000 listings. We're going to be doing it all ideally in one day. But right now we're doing the prep so we can do that all in one day. Anyway, guys, I am again really happy with what we got done today. We didn't have a whole lot of time. I also still have to go up to the post office right now, drop off all the games and things that we sold. But again, I'm really happy with what we got started with, and we've got plenty more to do. Hopefully we can spend a little bit longer next time, but I'm super pumped. It'll probably also take me another half a day to photograph all these items, especially those ones in the bags and things, and get them all out and photographed. It's going to be a lot of commitment and effort here. But I think in the end of the day, we're going to see a huge increase in sales, and hopefully a massive push to our eBay store. And overall, I'm just going to be breaking my own personal record of the most things listed in one day. So overall, I'm really excited about this. Hopefully you guys are as well. And with that, we're going to wrap things up here. If you guys have any questions or concerns about anything that you saw in today's video, be sure to drop those down below. Also, leave a like on it if you did enjoy it, so you let the YouTube algorithm know to recommend this video to more people. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.